What's up, my babes? So, I'm here with week 6 of my mental health journey. Sorry, I got a text message. Also, I know I've been wearing black a lot lately. The sun is in my eyes too, but I don't know. I just have a lot of black apparently, more than I thought. Like, this is literally like a way different outfit than what I've been wearing. But I just wanted to talk this week about how I've really seen for myself. Removing yourself from your triggers really helps in your journey of mental health, for real. Because obviously, if you stay around things that trigger you, and I'm outside, obviously, gotta keep observant, but obviously, if you remove yourself from things that trigger you, you're less likely to have to worry about your reactions and expending unnecessary energy. So, an example of that, I was speaking to a close family member of mine, and I really was going back and forth with myself about telling them, don't worry about doing something anymore, because I knew they would do it and be beneficial to me, and I was paying them for it, but I wasn't fond of their method of how they get stuff done, because they, for some reason, wait till like the last minute with stuff, and then try to rush at the end, and it's like rush at the end, but like you still held up, because like, you tell them like, you got a time frame, you gotta leave and stuff, but they don't meet your time frame, and it just be a lot going on. And I'm one of the people that don't like a lot going on. Like, I like when we say a time, unless you really just can't do it, then whatever. But long story short, so I didn't know how to tell them about that, and I just kind of was asking, well, how much is it for like just half of what we talked about, and whatever like that. And they got mad offended, but I was like, look, I'm not talking to somebody that's getting defensive right now, because at the end of the day, I know where I'm coming from. Like, I don't want you to be rushing to do nothing for me. And on top of that, like, I just know that if we go about it the way it's going right now, it's not going to be ready by the time I'm trying to make moves. And so they still got defensive. So I was like, just don't worry about it. I'm going to pay you for half the work that you already did. And that's it. I'm not worried about it. I don't want you to worry about it. That's it. Went about my business, went to work. When I seen them later, they was already halfway done with the second thing that I needed. Versus when I wasn't saying nothing earlier, these bugs trying to get me. They won't even think about starting. They won't looking at nothing. Just had a lot of reasons why they couldn't do it, and was mad, and just a whole bunch of stuff I ain't about to get into right now. But it just really made me feel good, that because I know if I would have gave a different reaction of getting mad and whatever, because I'm trying to be understood, versus just staying in my peaceful zone of I'm just not gonna deal with it. Like, I don't gotta explain nothing to you, because at the end of the day, like, I'm paying you for the service, and it's not like you did it and I'm like, don't worry about it, I'm not gonna pay you for it. It's like nothing was done with it at all. So I'd rather just pay you for what you did and move on and not explain nothing. Because one of the things I'm overcoming, and that's why I'm really proud of this moment for myself, is over explaining myself and trying to be understood. I'm really at a point in my life now where I don't care if you understand me or not. Like, I really don't. Like, either you get what I'm saying or you don't. And sometimes, it's just a genuine, you're not understood, and it's like, that's fine. Like, I'm perfectly fine with that too. But one thing that really used to get me was when I would really try to be understood and really try to look for that understanding, and I'd be greeted with something negative, and that used to really affect me. And now I'm like, I just don't care. It is what it is. Like, I'm just not bothered at all by it. Like, if you get mad about the intention I had behind something, that's on you. Like, I'm not spending my life no more worrying about people understanding my intention or nothing like that. So I'm just really grateful for that moment for me. And all I really wanted to say this week in regards to separating yourself, because it might be different for you. Maybe it's not anything to do with, taking on other people's energy, because that's what it really was for me. I really want to understand it so much that when I didn't get it, I would take on the negative energy that was given back to me, instead of what I was hoping to get was understanding. But maybe for you it's just people trying to make you angry. And I mean, that's still pretty much the same thing, actually, because people who intentionally are trying to make you angry, they're putting that energy out there and hoping you take it. They're obviously intentionally doing things they know you don't like. So the best way to handle that is to know, okay, this person know I don't fuck with that, and I don't deal with stuff like that, but they doing it anyway. And you know when a person doing it on purpose. Maybe you don't, but either way, you know what makes you upset. And if you don't know yet, that's something you could definitely work on figuring out. Like, I know for me, I really don't like feeling like people not listening. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I don't care if you listen or not, because I know what I said. But so either you get it then or you don't. And if you ask me later on some genuine, you asking me, I don't mind telling you then. But I'm really picking up on when people are playing with me or not. Playing with me, picking at me, whatever you want to call it. So if you struggle with like anger or something like that, you just have to really remind yourself, okay, I'm in control of getting angry. So either this person is trying to get me angry, or they just really don't know I'm getting angry. Because even like with kids, like some kids really aren't trying to make you angry. They just being a kid, whatever. So it's like you really have to bring yourself back to your center. And it might be hard at first. Like, it might feel ugly. You might feel weird. But you just really have to get to that point where you're like, okay, I'm not going to let this bother me. And I really learned that this week. And it felt good to really see it in action for myself. To really see not giving in to certain reactions from outside energy really keeps me at peace. Like, I felt real good, because when I used to just respond, like, I would feel so angry at myself for responding that way. Like, I feel angry. And I know some people that get mad are angry that they got mad. And it's like, what can you do about that? You cannot get mad, Yeah, it might still upset you. I'm not going to say you're going to be happy at the end of the day. But, like, work on, recognizing what's making you angry. Because sometimes anger is quick like that. But if you know what triggers you, like, okay, this person trying to be smart with me, I'm going to walk away. Even if they try to say, oh, you a pussy now type stuff, it's like, you literally know if you can beat somebody's ass or not. And even if you don't know, it's like, if you're working on your anger, you got to really learn to, unless you're being attacked. I'm not saying somebody put their hands on you and you walk away. I'm not saying that at all. Beat their ass. But what I'm saying is, you got to really work on, like, not worrying about small talk. Because at the end of the day, if that person ain't touched you and they just running their mouth, like, you'll see them again. And in that time, if they still at it and whatever like that, maybe you got to handle it that time. But at least that first time, you'll be like, I'm glad I ain't waste my energy on that person. But long story short, all I'm saying is learn what your triggers are. Learn how to separate yourself from them triggers. And then learn how to be grateful for the benefit you got from not even dwelling in that, Because it takes time, it takes practice, But either way, that's something I'm learning. So this is going to be like just a short video. And that's pretty much all I have for this week, really, because I've really been seeing my mental health get better, honestly. Like, I've honestly as well been journaling and dealing with some childhood trauma that I get into in another video. But all I really want to talk about today was just staying in your peace type thing. Learning your reactions, learning, what you can think about in a moment. I know people used to say count to 10 whatever. I never tried that. I think I did try it, but it didn't work. But either way, you got to learn yourself. And that's all this is a journey of self, you know? Because only you know not how to prevent forest fires. Sorry, my brain is like so childish. But only you know what you can do to help yourself. Because you can't control nobody else but you anyway. So you have to really learn how to get yourself to not respond to people. And you'll get there. I'm not perfect. Like, this is literally my first successful moment. And I'm happy about it. So I wanted to share it with you. But you'll get there. Believe in yourself. Don't be hard on yourself if you don't get there the first time. And just be patient. Be patient. Be loving to yourself. And you'll get there. But anyway, I'm about to go back to my house now. It's a little chilly out here. And I have to pee. But I love you. And I'll see you later.